Hello again, everyone. Welcome back, and welcome to the Tiny Tim year-end review. The top cigars for me this year. I'm here at the beautiful Royal Sands Resort in Cancun, Mexico. We're on the fifth floor, and behind me is the view from our balcony. Now, today, and I'm a little more in silhouette because of the sun, but I thought you'd like that view. Today, I'm going to run through the top 20 cigars. I'm going to quickly go through 11 through 20 and in a little more detail, my top 10. I reviewed a total of 75 cigars this year, and there have been some very good ones. As you know, next year there'll be a new rating system, but that has nothing to do with this year. Let's take it on its own. So, real quickly, here are 11 through 20. Now on to the top 10. Number 10 is the CAO FUMA M CORDA ROBUSTO. 5x50, I rated it a 94. The initial flavors were a sweet pink grapefruit, brown sugar, and an earthy black coffee. Chocolate notes came in at about an inch and a half. Whipping cream morphed over into a sweet caramel. Took about an hour and 6 minutes to have the cigar. Had a good mix of flavors, ended medium to full bodied. The CAO Fuma and Corda Robusto, number 10. Number 9, SERINO ROYALE MEDIO PETITE SUBLIME, 5 3/4 by 54, rated also a 94. Had some nice orange citrus central flavors surrounded by honey, brown sugar, cinnamon, cream, and light leather with black coffee. The flavors mixed very well. The honey notes give it a thickness, very thick sweetness to the cigar. The leather and coffee notes were in the perfect amount, and the cigar was very balanced. This is a newcomer to me, but Serino has done very well. Number 8, Guardian of the Farm Campeon, 6x52. This cigar had the typical Arganosa vegetable-like flavors initially, with sweet orange citrus, brown sugar, light coffee, and about an inch in, which took about 20 minutes. The vegetable flavors were very manageable. There was a nice orange citrus and brown sugar, and now there was a touch of cinnamon with dry cocoa. So overall, the cigar took an hour and 30 minutes, and it continued to be quite balanced with flashes of butter here and there. Guardian of the Farm Campion. Number 7, the Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve Barrel Fermented Robusto. This was a surprise to me. It was also I was also gifted these to try from a friend of mine in Raleigh. Hello, Eric. This is a 5 1/4 by 52 Robusto. I rated it a 94. The cold draw had tons of hickory smoke flavors. There was even the marshmallow cream and brown sugar caramel at the light up with a ton of black pepper. Uh, which you really got a lot of the black pepper on the retrohale, so that's something to look forward to. Inch and a half in, or 17 minutes, there were some sweet cedar notes and hickory smoked flavors. About 36 minutes in, 2 inches in this case, was the first time I got coffee notes in this cigar, but they would increase, and you'll see why in a minute. You have plenty of marshmallow, cream, brown sugar, caramel, cedar, and about an inch remaining, which was 47 minutes. I got to the Tapa Negra wrapper. If you noticed on the picture, the wrapper, there are actually 2 wrappers there. Then we got into the heavy black coffee, almost an espresso. So you really finished with heavy coffee or espresso notes, sweet cedar, and nice brown sugar, but heavy coffee there at the end. But overall, a very good cigar. Number 6, the T Toro by Matt Booth, AJ Fernandez, and Robert Caldwell, 6x52. Initially, I reviewed this cigar, gave it a 91, but it's simply because I didn't let it rest long enough. I had it second time about a week, 10 days later, and it was phenomenal. So depending on when you get this, let it rest. If it's at a local shop and it's been there a while, you're fine. But mine came from the West Coast, needed about a 7 to 10 day rest. I rated it at 94. With initial flavors of sweet orange citrus, brown sugar, and a dollop of whipping cream, chocolate, and black coffee. Whipping cream notes continued until about the inch and a half point, which they were replaced with cinnamon. Close to the midpoint, you still have your citrus, some brown sugar, and cinnamon with chocolate that has changed to a dark chocolate and became quite prominent. You also had quite a bit of nutmeg notes throughout the cigar, but it was very good. The T Toro. Now we move into the top 5. Holding down number 5 spot is the NOMAD MARTIAL LAW, a 6x50 Toro, which I rated 94. Initially, you had cinnamon, brown sugar, and a mixture of that with orange citrus. About an inch in, there was introduction of a caramel note. Shortly after the midpoint, orange citrus, brown sugar, and cinnamon continued to be the lead flavors. Not much change to the end. The combination of citrus, cinnamon, brown sugar, and caramel were, in my words, amazing. Very good cigar. Holding down number 5, the NOMAD MARTIAL LAW. Number 4, the VIVA REPUBLICA Advanced Warfare Lancero. The first Lancero in the top 10, not the last. This is 7x35. Initial flavors were sweet cedar loaded with brown sugar and sprinkles of cinnamon. In the midst of all of that, you have some caramel mixed in. Very good cigar, buttery rich. About an inch and a half in, I changed my mind in the review from a nice sweet cedar because it was so tangy and rich to it. I changed it to an orange citrus. Not a bad change. About 2 inches in, there was an introduction of chocolate and black coffee. And at the midpoint, the caramel notes really came out. The cigar lasted about 1 hour, and the main flavors at the end were massive amounts of caramel, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Not bad. Number 3 is another Lancero, the Protocol Lancero, 7.5 by 38, which I rated a 95. Initial flavors were a massive amount of black pepper, which I rated at a 9. When you retrohale, you really get a lot more of it. There was a nice orange apricot mix combined with brown sugar and cinnamon. The cigar lasted 54 minutes, which is fairly normal for a Lancero. The brown sugar and cinnamon really came out in the latter stages. The citrus and caramel remained very good, as did the black coffee base. Holding down the second spot, CAO Amazon Anaconda 6x52. I rated this cigar a 96. As you remember, I reviewed this cigar while on vacation in Jamaica this year. The initial flavors were a sweet, rich orange citrus and blackberry preserves. There was also butter and lots of brown sugar. At about the half-inch point, I got some cinnamon notes. And at around the midpoint, I started to get chocolate notes. The cigar lasted 1 hour, 20 minutes. The flavors continued very much as they were to the end, and the cigar was pretty consistent after the midpoint. The CAO Amazon Anaconda holding down the second spot. Now for the numero uno, number one top cigar of the year. For me, the Protocol Probable Cause Lancero, 7.5 by 38. I rated it a 96. I reviewed it June 17th, and it held the top spot from that point to the end of the year. The initial flavors I got almost immediately after lighting the cigar were a candy-like orange citrus, brown sugar, caramel, chocolate, black coffee, which almost could be called an espresso. 1 inch in, 12 minutes or so, the flavors are mixing very well. They are almost like a fermented mixture. Then there became the addition of cinnamon. As the cigar ended at 1 hour and 9 minutes, the only thing that changed in the flavors were the citrus notes decreased slightly, but the other notes of brown sugar, caramel, chocolate, coffee, and black pepper remained very good. This was just an excellent cigar. For me, it was number one, period. Protocol is really doing some really good things right now, and Eric Espinoza at La Zona is making their cigars and doing a fantastic job. So, folks, that is my cigar of the year. That is my list. I appreciate your viewership this year, and I look forward to a whole new batch of cigars in 2018. So that'll do it. See you next year.